All right, welcome to another deep dive. This
Mhm.
time, we are checking out Royalty Entertainment Group,
Okay.
and we've got their website up here. And right off the bat, I'm intrigued. They're like this entertainment company, but they're also like really big on community and empowerment.
Yeah, and they're minority and women owned. That's right in their like tagline.
Yeah, so they've got like these music videos with titles like "Cuckoo Sick Loco" and
Oh.
like a behind-the-scenes thing, even a movie teaser that just screams Vegas.
Yeah.
But they're also all about like making a difference.
Right. There's layers here.
Totally. So, gotta unpack this.
All right.
Okay. What can you tell us about Royalty Entertainment Group, like stepping back a bit, big picture?
I think what's really interesting here is they're trying to be both
Mm-hmm.
entertainment and social impact. Like their mission statement is all about diversity, inclusion, empowerment.
Yeah.
Which, a lot of companies are saying that these days, right? Like taking on social responsibility. But can you really do both?
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, is this like genuine or is it just good marketing?
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into the specifics here. You mentioned that music video, Cuckoo Psycho Loco, which is, well,
Yeah, a choice.
that's one way to put it.
It's definitely a choice. Like that spelling and just saying it over and over, that's got to be on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's for like a younger audience, the internet crowd.
Mm.
Or maybe it tells us something about the video itself. We'll see.
Yeah, if you're going for social commentary, that title certainly gets your attention.
Right.
And it's not just music videos. They've got that behind-the-scenes content and then this movie teaser, Polly Me Crazy. What is that about?
All they give us is what happens in Vegas. Stay tuned.
Very mysterious.
Classic.
Yeah.
So playing it close to the chest, huh?
Oh, yeah. But it makes you curious. And Vegas, that adds a whole layer of, like, anything could happen.
Totally. It's like we're
Yeah.
using all these different pieces, the music videos, the behind the scenes, this mysterious movie to create this whole image.
And a diverse one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. While still being, like, one company.
And don't forget, they're big on community entrepreneurship, too. Like they feature small businesses on the site.
Oh, right.
Small business feature, yeah. It's not just about the stars. They want to lift other people up, too.
Yeah, that's cool. It's one thing to talk about impact. It's another to actually do it.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder, who are they trying to reach with all this? Like, is there a target audience?
That's the key question, isn't it? I mean, the content is so varied. Maybe they're going for broad appeal.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got things like that Cuckoo Psycho Loco title.
Mhm.
That seems pretty specific, to a certain generation.
Yeah. So we've got this company trying to blend entertainment, social impact, community, and all this diverse content. A lot going on.
It's ambitious, that's for sure.
So what stands out to you the most so far about Royalty Entertainment Group?
I keep coming back to that question. Can they really balance the profit and the purpose?
Yeah.
The entertainment world is tough,
Yeah.
Can they stick to their mission and still be successful?
That is a great point. And are they like leading the way here or just following a trend?
I think we need to dig a little deeper to figure that out.
Right.
And speaking of digging deeper, there's this past events section on their website that might give us some clues.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Let's see what they've been up to. So this past events section is pretty interesting. It looks like they've been involved in a lot of community stuff, like actual events, not just online.
Oh, cool. So they're not all talk. They're actually out there doing things.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you a better sense of how they've, grown as a company.
I'm seeing this making of sticky situation thing. It's like a behind-the-scenes look at one of their projects. I always love those.
Me too. It's a good way to humanize the company,
Yeah.
See the people behind the scenes, their passion.
Totally. And in this one, they're talking about how everyone worked together, like the artists, the crew, emphasizing the team.
Yeah. It wasn't just one person's vision. It was a real collaborative effort.
Do you think that's part of a bigger strategy? Like we saw they feature small businesses, local talent.
Maybe. It's
Yeah.
like they're building a whole network, not just a company, you know?
So they can tap into more resources, talent.
Right, and they build stronger ties to the community, create a shared purpose. Smart.
It's like a movement, not just a brand. But okay, back to their content for a sec. We talked about Cuckoo Sika Loco,
Right.
but they've got other music videos too. King Huds, Poppin' Bottles with Royalty. Oh, and they mention Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe they do live events too.
Could be. It's a real mix of stuff, right? But maybe there's a common thread, like a theme of empowerment or just experimenting with different genres.
Yeah, or maybe it reflects the diversity of their team. Like if they're all about inclusion.
Yeah, their content should reflect that for sure.
Oh, and we can't forget about that Polly Me Crazy movie.
Right. What happens in Vegas? Still so curious about that.
It just makes you think of like risk, excitement, maybe a little danger.
Yeah. They seem like they're not afraid to push boundaries a bit, but they're also careful about their message.
Yeah, like the Femme Queen's message about being true to yourself.
Right. That seems to be a big part of what they're about.
It's like a philosophy that runs through everything they do.
Yeah, authenticity, embracing your individuality, it fits with that empowerment community focus.
It's a good message, especially these days when it's so easy to like lose yourself in all the noise.
It's true. But do you ever worry, like, will that limit them?
What do you mean?
Being so focused on social impact, could it turn some people off? You know, some people just want pure entertainment.
I see what you mean. It's a risk, for sure.
But maybe it's also what makes them stand out.
Maybe they're being really transparent about their values, their goals. That attracts a certain kind of audience. Right?
Yeah, the people who, like, really believe in what they're doing.
And that kind of loyalty is valuable. It's more than just customers.
Right, it's like a community.
Exactly. And they're not just talking about themselves. They're giving a platform to other people, other stories. Remember that small business feature section?
Oh, yeah, good point.
It just reinforces that whole idea of empowerment, community.
It's smart. It's like they're saying, we're all in this together.
They're not just building a brand, they're building a movement.
Yeah, trying to make the world a better place through entertainment.
Ambitious, but you gotta respect that. They're walking the walk.
And they're doing it in a way that feels, real, not fake.
Exactly. Which is honestly pretty rare. Yeah. Speaking of real, there's a section on the site called A Word from the Femin Queen.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Seems like a pretty personal way to connect with their audience.
I wonder what she has to say. This might give us even more insight into, like, what Royalty Entertainment Group is really about.
Let's dive in. So that message from the Femin Queen, pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, she's talking about some heavy stuff there. Overcoming adversity, being true to yourself.
And using your platform to help others.
Right. It's personal, You can feel that she really means it.
And that makes it more relatable, right? It's like, she's been there.
Exactly. It makes you feel like Royalty Entertainment Group, it's not just some corporate machine.
Yeah, it's built on something real.
And it fits with that whole empowerment thing, right? Like, it's not just entertainment, it's about inspiring people.
Yeah, to believe in themselves, chase their dreams. I think that's what makes them different,
It's a different approach, that's for sure. But do you ever think maybe it's too much?
What do you mean?
Like, all that focus on social impact. Maybe it's too niche, Too idealistic.
That's a good question. It's definitely a risk.
Could it hurt them in the long run?
Maybe. But I also think being so open about their values, that's their strength.
How so?
It attracts a certain audience, the people who share those values.
True.
And those people, they'll be loyal, That's valuable.
More than just customers, yeah.
It's a community. And they're not just talking. Remember, they're giving other people a platform, too, like those small businesses.
Oh, right.
It all connects, that empowerment, community building.
It's a smart move. Like we said before, they're not just building a brand.
It's a movement.
Trying to make a difference through entertainment, which is pretty cool when you think about it.
It's ambitious, but I got to give them credit. They're actually doing it.
Walking the walk, yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Royalty Entertainment Group, what are the big takeaways? What do we want our listeners to remember?
Well, they're definitely a company on a mission.
Right. Diversity, inclusion, empowerment. That's what they're about.
And they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Building community, creating opportunities for others, and they're being totally open about it.
Transparent, authentic.
Which you don't always see.
It makes you wonder, could other companies do this too? Like, is it possible to be successful and still stick to your values?
Royalty Entertainment Group seem to think so.
They're leading by example.
It's inspiring. And I'm curious to see what they do next. Who knows, maybe we'll all be watching Polly Me Crazy in Vegas one day.
Now, that would be something. This has been a really interesting look at a company that's doing things differently.
Pushing the boundaries, for sure.
All right, well, until next time.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions.
And keep dreaming big.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.